Did you come up with something?
Episode 2. This is episode 2 with me, Alex Schechter, and my co-hosts, who are,
Oh, are we live?
yes,
Oh, hi, I'm Bill
Hello.
Slacky.
And I'm David Acosta.
and we're going to talk about some stuff, and it's going to be lots of fun, so let's get started. First thing we're going to talk about is the Xbox One. When was that announcement? That was a day or
That was
two ago?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah,
David, give us the rundown on the Xbox One.
Me. All right. TV, sports, TV, TV, sports. That's basically. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. Everyone's like really complaining about it. I thought it was all right. I'm kind of into it, but the main thing is just integrating it, like changing it from a gaming station to an entertainment station, where all your things work together, like the TV, the games, watching DVDs, Skyping, the internet, everything just together instead of like just gaming, which is something that people kind of missed out on because they want to see more about the gaming.
Yeah, it's kind of become well, consoles in general, both the PS4 and the Xbox One, are now more of a PC than a gaming console for the most part, at least with the Xbox One.
Yeah. Which I'm cool with.
Yeah, actually, the internals now are actually AMD processors, which are PC. Basically, they're computers now, so it's kind of interesting.
It's supposed to be a lot more powerful, right?
Yeah. It's actually going to be so powerful, but I think the other consoles were too, that when it comes out, they won't fully be able to take advantage of it. So the graphics won't be that much different than the PS3 and the Xbox 360 right now, but later in like a year or two, it's going to be like crazy.
Ridiculous.
That's kind of how the Xbox 360 was.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they also plan on expanding it because they're going to use a lot more of cloud computing, they said.
Instead of internal. But it's supposed to come with a 500 gig hard drive, right?
Yeah, people can't figure out what the hard drive is for because it's all
games.
cloud. Yeah. But yeah. I thought all the save stuff is in the cloud.
The save stuff will be in the cloud, but the game files themselves will be on the hard drive.
Because you have to install the games like a PS3.
Yeah.
Once you get it. And then you heard about like the used games rumors, right?
Yeah, I'm interested to hear how that gets solved.
I'm going to try and save the negative stuff until later, because there's definitely.
I don't think there's much positive stuff to talk about.
Well, I don't know.
I think the Kinect integration is kind of cool. Can it work without the Kinect?
No, it's going to be required. Yeah? So there's a new Kinect 2 that's supposed to be more accurate.
It does look awesome.
Than the original.
Yeah.
Like the technology behind it looks really cool, and how it can work in like almost no light situations.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do either of you guys own an Xbox right now?
Yeah,
I have a 360.
Yeah, I've never been a console gamer, not since like I don't know, the N64 or the GameCube. Actually, GameCube's the last one.
2 generations ago.
Yeah. So are either of you guys interested in buying the Xbox One?
I'm not going to say no yet. I'll wait until June after E3.
I'm waiting for E3 to make my call.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I think E3 is like a big deal.
Yeah, because they went over a lot of the entertainment in their announcement, but I think they're going to go over a lot more of the gaming at E3, which is what people want to say.
Yeah.
The announcement itself was really underwhelming.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting. There was some interesting stuff. Bill, did you say, are you interested in buying it?
I said I'm going to wait until after E3.
Okay.
If I had to choose right now, I would not get it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people...
Would you get a PS4, or would you just not get a system?
I would get a PS4. I'm definitely going to get another console, just because I enjoy console gaming.
Yeah.
But the Xbox One does not sound interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah, Microsoft's doing some stupid stuff, but before we get into that, is there any other positive stuff to say
about the Xbox One?
Yeah, anything you like about it?
I mean, I thought the presentation was kind of cool. I like the whole you can switch to your TV while doing it. I thought that was kind of cool. Because I'm not as much of a hardcore gamer. I'm not playing games all the time. I use my Xbox mostly for like Netflix, playing game once in a while, Skyping on it will be cool. So it appealed to me, but I know that a lot of hardcore gamers, like on PC and everything, are just ripping it to shreds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever used my Xbox for is just games. I don't have a Netflix subscription, so I really don't use it for anything else. And my home internet connection isn't really that great for streaming, so
Okay.
that's all I have it for.
Yeah. So that's where I can see that definitely, like, other people have opinions on it.
Yeah.
So, David, how do you feel about the fact, at least with the Xbox 360, that you have to pay for Xbox Live in order to use all those externals? So you're kind of like paying for a service to use other services.
Well, I already have Xbox Live all the time. Like, I'm already like a constant buyer, so it doesn't really affect me.
Okay.
I think most people on Xbox, I don't know, I'm not going to talk for everyone because I know there are a lot of people without Xbox Live, but Xbox Live does have a big community.
Yeah.
So I know that a lot of people will be like already like, okay, well, I already buy Xbox Live all the time. But the people who don't, that kind of blows.
Yeah.
What's a year's subscription to Xbox Live? I
think it's 60 now.
60 now.
Oh, that's not bad. That's really good, actually.
For the whole year.
Yeah.
It'll be, if it stays at 60, it'll be really good for the Xbox One because they announced that it's going to be all dedicated game servers. So all of your games will always have a really good connection, or they should, in theory, have a really good connection. Whereas now, like, you join into a Halo game and you're connecting to someone else's Xbox, someone else's connection.
But wouldn't that be up to the developer to provide the servers, or no? Microsoft's going to provide servers for every multiplayer game. That's crazy.
They said I don't know about every game, but they said dedicated game servers, and they said they were going to have a lot more game servers. Let me see. Hang on.
Okay. While Bill's looking that up, some other stuff about Xbox One. So how about the Skype integration? Well, so David, you mentioned that you're interested in using it with your TV. Do you know if your TV is like hooked up for that? Because I heard it's only like certain cable boxes that you're able to do that with. It's a thing where like
a company like Verizon or
well, like you won't be able to change channels because of the way that like HDMI doesn't have that, or it does have that capability, but most cable boxes don't have that capability. So you'd have to use like a separate, like the way you change your channel now, I think, is through your remote, right, with the IR blaster. So you press a button on your remote, and the little thing, there's like a light that goes off, and an infrared light, and it sends a signal to the cable box. That's how it's been done for like 30 years. But how they want to do it is through the actual HDMI cable that's hooking up to your TV from the Xbox. Do you get what I'm saying? So
what would that mean for like the?
So well, it will be difficult to change the channel and control the actual cable box through your Xbox if the cable box isn't set up for that. So either the Xbox controller or the Xbox console will have to have that IR capability in it, like your remote does, or they'll have to have like an adapter or something. They don't really know. They haven't really discussed that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. I mean, mine is hooked up from the cable box to HDMI to my TV.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see, I guess.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff, like with the whole. They were talking about how like you could be watching football, and then like your fantasy football team is like there.
Yeah, like I don't do fantasy football, but that's awesome. I know a lot of people do, so.
It could be, they could use that in a bunch of different ways. But then again, if I'm watching TV and I want to be paying attention to something that's on the internet, I'll just pull up my laptop, and I don't really have to have that, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But I guess that's cool. That's cool for some people.
I think what they're trying to do is remove everything else, like remove the laptop from the situation. That's what they were saying in one of their interviews they were doing.
Yeah.
They want the Xbox to be like the sole thing in your living room, the sole device.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I don't understand. If that's what they want, then why do they charge you for Xbox Live? If their big announcement was like, we're getting rid of the fee for Xbox Live, that would be like, I would have been like floored. Yeah.
They upped it from 15,000 game servers to 300,000, and what I heard about dedicated game servers is just a rumor, but I'm pretty sure
it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
I mean, they just integrated it.
It was on
Xbox
Wired.
Live.
Once you sign into stable, dedicated servers for every multiplayer game, rather than the notoriously fragile practice of hosting matches on one participant's console. It was on Wired that they were talking about it, so it should be pretty reliable source.
So about internet connections and the Xbox One. That's one of the big things.
Oh, constant connection.
Yeah. So
that kind of blows, but
well,
I mean, I already have connection in my apartment, so.
Well, do we want to talk about used games first, or do we want to talk about?
Talk about used games because that seems like a bigger issue.
Yeah. Let's go ahead, someone.
Well, basically, they've been beating around the bush with this whole issue right now because they said something, then they backtracked, and basically what they said was no backwards compatibility and no real support for used games, like charging a fee if you want to play a used game. Like if I brought my game over to your house and we started playing it there, we would only be able to play it on my account.
Right.
And if I left and you didn't have access to my account, you would have to pay for that game.
Well, we also, I don't think we know yet if. Well, that's the biggest problem.
That's the rumor, though, and then they backtrack.
Well,
it's like you can install you have to install every game, and you can only install it once. That's the thing, right? For like free, and then when you install
I think so.
Well, see, the biggest problem is that they didn't like. I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about how like the presentation, the Xbox One presentation, started off really good, and then people started asking these questions. And they didn't answer them, and when they did try to answer them, the answers were bad, and so it just kind of, just lost the point. Yeah. So, but anyway, I heard that there's a rumor that it actually might be you can even if you can, yes, it's tied to your account, but then your account will be tied to the actual Xbox. So who's to say that you can log in with your account on someone else's Xbox?
You can.
That's all. It's all rumors. There's a rumor that you can't.
Well, you can do it now. Why would they get rid of that feature?
Because it's DRM. They want you to, I don't know, buy another.
Well, then that's just even worse for them. It's going to come out even worse for them, and GameStop and EB Games is going to say like, "Screw you guys."
Yeah. It's a big. That's another big thing. Like,
because they want everyone to buy their games digitally now, just right over the thing. Because they just want to move to that market and cut out the middleman.
That's the crazy thing. Like, no one's people are talking about how this is going to affect GameStop, but no one's really talking about how GameStop's like entire business model depends on these companies.
Yeah.
You know?
If the companies go away, then the store can too.
Yeah.
But most of these things are just rumors. Like I haven't seen Microsoft like officially confirm like the used game thing.
Well,
I just hear a lot of reports.
They're probably working on all of it now, and then come E3, they'll have all these announcements. Like
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm waiting for E3 to see what happens.
They had announcements. They said stuff, and then it got rescinded. So some people think, yeah, they either haven't decided yet, or they decided, and then people were.
And then they realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could.
Oh shit! This is a fucking terrible idea.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what happened.
Yeah, so I mean that's a huge thing, not being able to. I mean, I've always been against DRM, and people talk about Steam, which is the PC distribution service, which I love. Everybody loves Steam.
PC Master Race, here we go.
Exactly. But so people, when Steam first came out, and you had to be connected to Steam to play your game, which actually that's not true anymore. You can be in like offline mode, but you had to be logged into Steam in order to play, and you had to have like you had to have like a code. But now I can go to any computer. I think it depends on the game. Some games have like a limited amount of downloads, but I can go to any computer, type the code in, or log in with my Steam ID, and play that game. Like, I don't understand why Xbox or Microsoft would not do that. I don't know.
I don't know. Money. That's money.
Yep.
Could they really be like that great? They must have like some.
They absolutely can be.
They must have done like some focus test, and people. I don't know. Like they have to have some way to justify that. I don't know. People are saying yeah, that it won't affect the bottom line. That people will still buy it anyway.
I don't know. There's a lot of people. Like I have friends that they buy games all the time because they always plan on selling them back because they know they're going to get money back for them.
Yeah.
And these people are not going to keep buying like 20 games a year.
Yeah.
Because they can't get rid of them anymore. They'll start buying just like 2, where they just won't even buy the console altogether. Like for me, it doesn't affect me as much. I never buy a used game and I never sell games because I only buy like 2 games a year.
Yeah.
I play them throughout the entire year.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, how would something like GameFly work? Does that even exist anymore? Does GameFly
Yeah, I
even?
don't know about
GameFly would
that.
just
I'm actually just about to get
non-existent.
GameFly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Have any of
I
you
don't.
guys used it?
No, I thought
I
about it,
haven't. I
but
mean, I've heard about it a lot because they've
mm,
sponsored podcasts that I've watched, but
Uh,
other than that, I really have no experience
just
with
because
it.
I use Redbox to rent my games, and it just
oh
gets
yeah,
annoying because you have to pay a fee like every day. You don't bring it back,
right.
so GameFly would just be much
Oh, that
cheaper.
Yeah,
sucks.
Redbox isn't. That wouldn't be as good for games. Like with a movie, you
Yeah,
watch it and then you're done. Games, you have
yeah.
to.
It's like $2 a day, so like
Yeah,
after a week, it's been like $14, and you're like,
yeah.
shit.
That's like half. Well, that's a quarter of the cost of the game.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm saving still, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Um. Redbox.
GameFly
Oh,
does no late things. I don't think.
did any of you guys ever use OnLive?
I don't even know what that is.
What's online?
Yeah,
OnLive was
exactly.
was a streaming game service. So you didn't install any games. You just go to OnLive in your browser and you start playing games through the browser with OnLive.
Are there any
So
good games that I know, or are they just like?
I think there was some good. I don't even know if they're
I'm
still
checking
around.
it out now.
They got shut down actually because they just weren't doing any business.
They're
And
hiring, so it doesn't look like it's shut down.
yeah, maybe not. Let's see. The Witcher 2, that's a pretty good game. I mean, yeah, it wasn't like the best games. It's kind of like Netflix where there's like a couple good movies and then there's a lot of really crappy movies that you don't want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever
There's
be able to
a
play this. My internet connection's not good enough for this.
Yeah, Bill
They
doesn't
have
have a
good
good
games
internet.
though. They've got Assassin's Creed, they've got Sleeping Dogs, Dark Side.
Yeah,
Is
Civ
Sleeping
5.
Dogs good? Do you know?
I've heard great things. I haven't played it. My
Yeah,
friend played it. It's like he described it as GTA meets like awesome fighting mechanics.
yeah. I heard it's good. I heard it's good.
I'm not excited. I'm excited for Watchdogs. That game looks really crazy.
I haven't seen anything. There's like so many games that are coming out.
It's just like you're connected to like everything with your cell phone, and you can look at all the computers walking down the street and just know facts about them
Oh,
because you're hacking into their life. It
that
just
is
looks
That's
really
pretty cool.
crazy.
That's a
that's
cool
also cool.
concept.
And you could just like hack like the traffic lights to cause mayhem in traffic and like hack someone's
That's
car.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're talking about crappy internet connection, which brings us to another thing about the Xbox One.
What's that?
So when their first rumors broke, so it's a whole long story. First rumors were circling that were saying you would always have to be connected when you were playing a game. So if you got disconnected from the internet, your game would stop, and people like freaked out about that. And then some Microsoft employee, I don't remember what he did, but he was involved obviously with Xbox, and he was like tweeting about how it's like not a big deal that you need to be connected all the time.
You got
One
into
of
an
his
argument with someone.
yeah, and one of his tweets was literally like deal with it. That was literally what
Wow.
he said, and he got fired because that's
Oh,
ridiculous.
okay.
So so I think what happened was the day of the announcement, people were like asking, so what does it require you to be connected all the time? So they said it definitely doesn't require you to be connected constantly.
Okay.
Then
But
someone
it
said,
does.
someone said that it would basically like ping Microsoft servers like every once in a while to make sure that you actually own the game. And then one of the reps said around 24 hours. So this got released to. It's actually really interesting what happened. That information was given to Kotaku, which is like an
Kotaku.
AOL. Kotaku is like a. It's in that whole AOL family of blogs, which is like Gizmodo and IO9 and
Hmm.
Gawker and all those. So they were the ones who reported that it was 24 hours. That some guy said that in an interview. Then Polygon, which is the Verge's gaming blog, said that that wasn't true, and that was like a possible scenario. So nobody really knows what's happening.
Hmm.
Well, the thing about the 24 hours was like you could be playing a single player game, and if this rumor was true, it would still require an internet
Yeah,
connection every 24 hours.
not just playing a single player game. You literally wouldn't be able to use the Xbox game.
Yeah.
So
And their only reasoning for this that I've heard is so that they can push like updates to you when you're not using the console.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I'm fine with
necessity
just
to have it
downloading an
connected.
update like right before a game. Like I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't need it. Because then what if there's like bad weather or something? You
But a
want
that's
lot
what
of
I was
people. Yeah.
saying.
yeah.
Yeah. Your Xbox would become a paperweight. So I don't know.
Pretty
They'll.
big
A
too.
really big one,
Wait.
considering the size
Yeah.
of this
It
thing.
looks like a VCR, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, it is pretty big and like blocky, and a lot of people have
Yeah.
been saying that. What I'm thinking is there's definitely going to be something that will like require you to connect to the internet, obviously, and you'll have to. Maybe it won't be. See, what I think they might do is like you have to be connected to the internet when you install the game. Maybe that's what makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
But still, like that just really stinks for people who have to. It's
So
just such a.
it
Or what if people
requires.
don't have internet but have an Xbox?
Yeah.
It requires. Did you say it requires an Xbox Live subscription?
No. It just
doesn't.
requires you to be connected to the internet,
Okay.
which also is backwards.
So you can get the Xbox and not have an Xbox Live account.
I haven't heard anything about Xbox Live needing an account. Haven't heard anything.
Apparently, it allows you to share one gold subscription across multiple accounts. Oh, here's my question with the sharing games issue. If the game is associated with your account, what if you have a brother and like you have sharing issues and your family just doesn't share games?
Yeah, I heard about this.
Or if you
This-
did share games, how would you share your game with your
Now,
brother?
that's another big problem that they're going to have to address. I heard something about there would be like similar to what you're talking about, that there would be like a family type deal for Xbox
They
Live.
say that you could share one subscription across multiple accounts. So
Yeah.
is
But not
the
the
game
game.
associated with a subscription, or is it associated with an account?
This is all stuff that nobody knows, and hopefully they'll address before.
No, Microsoft.
I mean, I'm sure that they're going to like push it as far as possible, because they want to see like what people think. I guess like if people don't buy it because of these things, they're obviously going to change it.
You'd think that. You'd think that, wouldn't you?
They might have it all already in the box already.
Well, I mean, look at what happened to EA, and EA's they're doing it again apparently with Battlefield 4. You're going to have to be connected to the internet in order to play Battlefield 4. Ridiculous.
What game
I
did
can
they
think of
start
so many
with that?
problems with all this. You can
SimCity.
share one
Wait,
live
no, wait,
subscription with multiple
David,
accounts.
It was SimCity, the most recent one, 4, I
Okay.
think.
You have to be on the internet.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
that thing.
yeah, and SimCity is basic. So basically, what happened with that was, sorry, Bill, we'll get to that in a second.
That's fine.
Basically, what happened was EA was like, it's required because of how the game works. You have to be connected to the internet, and SimCity is like a single player game. So people were like, "What the heck? I don't want to have to be connected to the internet." So people bought the game, and on the day the game was released, they couldn't connect. They couldn't play for like 2 or 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Because it was so bad. So people were like, "Wow, you're forcing us to connect to the internet, but we can't even play this game." Then what happened? Some modder figured out that like you could change like one line in the code or something, and then you wouldn't need to be connected online, and it would work. So people were like really mad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that why EA got the worst company?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
They've been getting that consistently for the past few years, I think.
Yeah. EA's got problems. They've got problems. Sorry, Bill. What were you gonna say before that?
No, the only thing it was just really quick. I noticed if you can share one subscription across multiple accounts, what if one of those accounts is responsible for like modding or something in a game and then gets banned from Xbox Live? But what if it's the same person? He just has multiple accounts and he can just keep
No,
going
lots of
back to
companies-
the games and modding. There's so many problems with all these things.
Lots of
It'll
companies.
be interesting
do
to
stuff
see
like
what
that.
they say.
No, the person who would be responsible would be the person who bought and like signed for the account. So
So does the entire subscription get banned?
probably, yeah.
Oh, that would suck
Wow.
for a
Well,
family.
the simple thing is, don't give your subscription to someone who's gonna.
Well, what if
do-
it's a family and you don't even know that like one of your siblings is a
Just
complete
like,
asshole?
That sucks, but don't mess with your. Don't do that. Like these companies do that all the time. There's like mass bannings on a while ago with Xbox Live because people would mess with it. Trying to see if there's anything else we can talk about Xbox. I mean, is there guys anything else you guys want to bring up?
Those are most of the issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bill, you said you'd buy the PS4 over the Xbox 360 as of right
If I
now.
had to choose right now,
Yeah.
I would buy the PS4.
Yeah. What about you, David?
I just want to know if the Xbox makes that annoying ding when you turn it on first.
Oh, that's the other thing that we didn't talk about.
Because sometimes I'm playing it really late and I turn it on and it's just the loudest thing that I've ever heard.
Well, that's the thing we didn't talk about. The Xbox, the Xbox One will be. It's never actually off. So the Kinect is like always listening for you to, because if you apparently you'll be able to say like Xbox on and it will turn on.
That's kind of weird.
We'll also record everything you say, and it'll send it back to Microsoft.
Well, they're saying
send it to advertisers and the government.
They're saying that's not a thing, but it probably is a thing.
So they'll be using that for like the.
They said it's only going to be listening
for
like, that specific phrase.
It's definitely. So the problem is that like people keep saying like, why don't they just put in a thing in the options menu that's like, no, don't do that.
Well, maybe they will.
Maybe. Oh, and what you're saying, David, it's supposed to be like instant on, so.
It's also supposed to run like completely quiet too, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's no
ventilation
issues.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the Xbox One.
Let's
move on to...
I don't know. I think I don't. And to answer your question, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, you're not sure.
I don't really know much about the PS4. Like I watched the live announcement, but it was just kind of like
they didn't give much information.
Yeah.
No, well, they didn't show what it looks like, but there's a lot of really cool stuff, like the PS4.
They're like hyping it up so much.
Yeah.
They're sending parts of pictures of it.
Yeah, that's what they did. They released the thing like a teaser video on the day that they released the Xbox One, or they announced the Xbox One. But the cool thing about the PS4, so the Xbox One doesn't have backwards compatibility. You won't be able to play Xbox 360 games. And what the PS4 is going to do, apparently, you'll be able to stream your games.
Yeah, they do that with the PS3 kind of.
Yeah.
Like you could download them and play them like off of the PlayStation Network.
Right. Yeah.
But
so PS4 is supposed to like enhance that, and you'll be able to do more with that. So
I think the early versions of the PS3 were able to play both PS1 and PS2 games.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
But in the later versions, they got rid of the backwards compatibility because of the actual hardware.
Yeah, that's the same thing that happened with the Xbox One and the PS4 because their hardware, the internals are different. And actually, so I was looking into how like there used to be for the GameCube and for the Super Nintendo, you could get like a thing that like you could play Game Boy games on and Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah.
That was actually literally a Game Boy in like the internals of the Game Boy.
Super Game Boy came for the SNES, and it was just a Game Boy without the screen.
Exactly, and you just plug it in because they couldn't. So there's hardware emulation and software. There's emulating through hardware and emulating through software. So they couldn't do it through software, so they had to do it through the hardware. Yeah, I like getting technical about stuff.
I can see.
Do we want to talk about NVIDIA Shield a little bit? Do you guys know anything about that?
Oh, what?
The NVIDIA Shield. NVIDIA Shield is a Android gaming console.
Oh, that's right.
Mobile gaming console. It's basically like an Xbox controller with a shield, with a screen on it that is like a clamshell. It folds down, and it's 5-inch screen, runs Android. But and it's basically like what's the name of that? What's the name, Bill, of the Android console? Ouya.
Ouya, yeah.
Ouya.
Ouya.
Yeah, it's Ouya is another thing which failed spectacularly.
It did?
Yeah. Well, as of now, it hasn't. It was kind of like a beta release, and then The Verge did like a review of the beta release, and they were like, "This is horrible. It's like a beta." Yeah.
Wait, they did a review of the beta release, and they
wasn't the
by calling it a beta?
It wasn't really the beta release, and I'm being kind of crass. You have to read the review, but anyway, so the NVIDIA Shield, the cool thing is you'll be able to actually play games off of your PC on the the console. So you
But
have to have
So
like
like
a
a Steam game or something?
no, it's you have to have the a PC game. You have to have the game installed on your computer and running, and you have to have a special NVIDIA video card. And
So the games are Android games then.
the mainstay of games are Android games, but you'll be able to play PC games off of your PC.
Like big PC games? Like
Yeah, any PC
Like
game.
I'm gonna play Counter Strike on this game on this NVIDIA Shield.
Yeah, it's like remote desktop, kind of.
that's kind of cool.
So you have to have a really good home network.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if if mine can
It's
handle
like-
that, but I mean, if it would, that's pretty cool.
Bill's like, that seems interesting.
So when's that supposed to come out?
I don't know if they had a release date, but
What
it's
is it
going
called
to be
again?
June 4th. Just found it
June-
on Wikipedia.
June 4th. It's called the NVIDIA Shield, June 4th, and it's going to be $350, which was another thing. Yeah, people were like mad that it's going to cost so much. But,
Yeah,
but
that's
you have to understand it has a NVIDIA Tegra 4 processor in it. The current Tegra processor is Tegra 3. So normally when a new processor comes out, you get it in like either phones or tablets, and most of the Tegra 4 tablets that are going to come out are going to be $400 or $500+. So you're getting those internals for much cheaper than you're going to get them, at least right when it comes out. As far as I know, this is going to be one of the first devices that will offer that hardware.
Is it removable, the screen from the controller?
No, I don't know. What?
If you take a hammer, I bet it is.
And you,
What are you
Unless
gonna
they
do with
built
the
the stuff into
screen?
the controller.
I think you can do HDMI out, probably. I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Like, what's to stop someone from just, like, tearing it apart and using it as a tablet?
Then it wouldn't work. It doesn't.
So everything is in the controller then.
Probably. I mean, that would be like tearing your screen off of your laptop and being like,
Why doesn't this work?
yeah, no, that wouldn't work. So we talked about Xbox One, NVIDIA Shield. So do we want to talk about Arrested Development, or do we want to talk about movies?
I've only seen, like, 3 episodes of this new season.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen
It just
any
came
yet.
out today.
I'm
Yeah,
starting it tomorrow with my roommates.
Okay. Yeah, I watched like 4 episodes. I mean, the thing about the original Arrested Development was like you have to get used to it when you first start watching it. It's
Yeah.
like not exactly funny until you've watched a few episodes. So I kind of feel that way about this new season. I don't know. What do you think, Bill?
I mean, I've only seen the 3 episodes, and
Yeah.
like you said, you kind of have to watch them a few times, especially because they put a lot into them. Like, you'll
Yeah,
go back.
there's so many little
and-
Easter eggs and all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's so much like repeated stuff over and over and over. And
It's pretty good so far. I mean, I'll probably watch at least, like, 5 more episodes tonight.
hmm And people are talking about like how they're gonna like stagger it. They're gonna like watch 1 episode a week or something, and it's like,
True that.
yeah, you can watch the episodes again. It's not like you can only watch them once and that's it.
What I'm gonna do is I'm watching 2 episodes a night with my roommates every night, and we're gonna make it like a whole week.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I always
Because I don't know. There's also 4 of us, so maybe all of us aren't up for like binge watching.
Yeah,
at
it's
the same
tough to-
time. So, and we want to watch it together, so that's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
okay.
So we figured 2 or 3 is good.
Yeah, you gotta compromise. You gotta compromise.
Yeah.
Are you a binge TV watcher, David?
When I find the right show, I am. I
Yeah.
definitely was with Breaking Bad because I went through that pretty fast. And Lost, wow, I went through Lost really
oh my
fast.
God, that was
I started Lost at like almost when it was ending.
Yeah.
But I was just had someone loaning me the DVDs because I don't have Netflix yet. I was just finishing them like really quickly.
it was just I would watch like 6 episodes a day, and they were like an hour long each. And
Yeah.
what about you, Bill? I know you.
Yeah,
like to
definitely.
binge. Yeah.
All the
Bill's-
time.
Bill's a pretty heavy consumer of media.
Yes,
I watch a lot of movies. I don't watch as much TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch both. A lot.
Yeah, I know.
I go to the movies many times a week.
And we will talk about movies, but before we
Yeah.
do that,
So they say
I'm
there's a
excited.
change-
I'm excited for Arrested Development, though. I want to start watching it.
yeah, it's
It's nice to have it back.
yeah, but a lot
Even
of
if they're not
times,
that good, it's just nice that everyone's back together. It's just a cool feeling.
yeah, I guess. I mean, but a lot of times, like what happens with these shows. Like, did you watch Community, David?
I didn't watch the fourth season
No,
actually.
I know exactly.
I,
Like,
I stopped at 3.
I watched like
I
the. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
I heard the last couple episodes were pretty good of the
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
but like I didn't see anything, and then it got renewed for 5, and I did not see that coming.
Oh, really?
Yep. And there's
I know.
rumors, there's very light rumors that Dan Harmon might return.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, that would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, I watched like the first episode of season 4 of
I heard
Community, and I was like, this is terrible. I can't watch this.
I heard the first episode was pretty bad,
Yeah.
but I heard there were a couple good ones every now and then.
I'm gonna have to try and pick it back up.
Yeah.
So did either of you guys watch House of Cards?
I haven't yet. I hear it's awesome though.
But you did, right, Bill?
Yep.
Yeah, you should watch it, David. I mean,
is it great?
Yeah, it was
Kevin
really good watch.
Spacey, like in a TV show, so I'm guessing it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Kevin Spacey was really good, and like, it's just really cool how this is like the beginning. I think specifically with House of Cards, like there's been, I think Netflix has done shows before, and Hulu has done shows, but this is like the first example of like a really, really well done, successful, like heavy hitting show. And I think it's really, we're watching like the turning point of how TV is gonna be in like
Except you get people like Microsoft who put out the Xbox One and all they're doing is propping up the cable companies.
Yeah, well, in a way, but in another way, the Xbox 360 was a big way that Netflix got big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can use it on there.
Exactly. Big, so like.
And I use my Netflix on Xbox all the time. It's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people buy Xboxes specifically so that they can watch Netflix.
My mom did.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's gonna stop a little bit. Excuse me while I move this camera. That's gonna stop a little bit now while Roku gets more popular. Roku is
what's Roku?
Roku is it's like a set-top box that you can use for streaming content like Netflix, Hulu. What else is on there?
It really is just like a Netflix box. Like, it's why people should not buy a video game system if they're just going to watch Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
You can basically install little apps on it, and the apps just allow you to access content from different providers. Like, there's weather apps, there's like news channel apps, there's like cooking shows and religious channels, and obviously Netflix and Hulu and Crackle and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But my dad got one, and you got it for free, and it's really great. I can stream all my movies and TV shows from my computer down to the TV. It's really nice to have.
Bill, I heard that the local support for Roku isn't good. Is that true?
What do you mean by local support?
Like local content, local media.
It's not great. I mean, I had to use what was that media
Plex.
streamer? Plex. Yeah, I was using Plex, and there's a Plex app for the Roku.
Okay.
It's decent. My home network is just very limited in terms of its capabilities, so it's tough to really say what Roku is really capable of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then another thing about Roku before we move on. There's this whole thing. David, do you know about Aereo TV? I know Bill does.
No. What's Aereo TV?
Aereo TV is, well, it's specifically, the company's called Aereo. Basically, this guy who was like a big TV mogul, he basically started Fox, the channel, the Fox Media. I think it's either Fox or something else.
No, he didn't.
What's his name? Rupert Murdoch?
No.
Oh.
Maybe it's not Fox. Maybe, what did he start?
Well, he's World News Corporation, not.
But anyway, what Aereo does is this guy, he has like a warehouse in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And there's like a bunch of TV antennas, and he hooks the TV antennas up to hard drives, which store all this content. And then you, as a person, can go to Aereo.com and watch 1 free hour of TV a day that you would be able to get otherwise through an antenna. So, and then you can pay for it and you can watch more. So the idea is you're for free able to watch TV that you otherwise would watch that you would otherwise
have to pay a cable company.
Exactly. No, you wouldn't have to pay. That's the thing.
You don't pay anyone.
Yeah, you could have an antenna, but and it's crazy because it's basically you're renting out a TV antenna so that you can stream it over to your computer. But it's crazy that like this guy literally provides an antenna for every single person, and like
in a warehouse.
yeah.
That's kind of weird. I've never heard that before.
It's crazy. It's really.
Oh, it's Aereo. Aereo.
Yeah, Aereo. What did I say?
You said Arrow.
I've been hearing Aereo.
Aereo.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Aereo.
I thought it was like a bow and arrow.
But yeah, I think there's only a few places it's available right now. Let me look that. I got it right here. So it
I had an account, but I don't remember my password.
It's coming to Philadelphia. I think it's available in California, I think. But yeah, so also the major network channels are suing this guy because they're like, you can't take our content and give it out for free.
Didn't he just win in April though?
Oh yeah, he's won many times. So they're not able to sue him because he's not doing anything wrong according to the law. So now they're trying to get Congress involved to like change the law.
Wow.
And then they're like we're gonna take our channels off the air, and you're gonna have to have a cable subscription in order to watch network TV, which is not gonna happen because network TV gets money from the government because it's free.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a bunch of crazy stuff. Apparently, it's available in Boston also. But yeah, it's a really cool thing. Definitely something that I'm interested in. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, I already have like cable TV, so
I don't watch a lot of TV anyway.
yeah, that too. I watch like a couple shows a week.
But that's
nothing right now.
The only things I watch are Sports Live, and this doesn't have sports, so.
But that's the idea that like, oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh yeah, I guess it's only the local channels. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it'll have like the Stanley Cup in a week or two, because that'll be on NBC. But
yeah.
Other than that.
No.
Okay, so Stanley Cup, huh? It's pretty late.
Yeah, it's in May.
Because they had the whole.
It'll be in June at this point.
The whole
lockout.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is how it is every year. The lockout just cut it in half.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk. What do we want to talk about first? Star Trek or Iron Man 3?
Either one. Let's go. You want to go Iron Man?
Sure. Iron Man 3.
I got an Iron Man shirt on right now. So no, not it just happened.
Yeah. Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. Maybe a little bit on purpose. No. Just for you.
So what did you guys think of the movie?
Who's going first?
Go for it.
I liked the Iron Man 3 a lot. I enjoyed it. I thought it was. I mean, I don't know if it was as good as. No, it was. The first one was probably definitely the best.
Yeah.
But it was. Yeah, but it was better in the second one, and I still like the second one, even though it had a lot of faults.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. It was really funny. That's what I like. That the humor was really good, and all of the action scenes that were in it were pretty dope.
Yeah.
Especially the ending. The ending, there could have been like a little more, but I enjoyed it. And I saw it in IMAX, so I was like, oh, this looks awesome.
Okay. Bill?
I agree. Definitely not the best one in the series. I'd probably do 1, 3, 2, maybe. I don't know. I have to rewatch 2. It's been a while. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. The end fight scene was definitely amazing, but I wasn't super enthused by it. I'd actually seen Star Trek one day prior.
Oh, you saw that before?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, Star Trek was still in my mind, and I was really impressed by Star Trek, but I'll get into that later. But it was a good movie. It was definitely a good movie. Definitely worth seeing.
Yeah. What about you, Alex?
So first of all, spoilers lay ahead. I'm gonna spoil stuff about Iron Man 3
we have to.
Right, in my short 5-minute review. So we're also probably going to spoil stuff about Star Trek, but I'm going to say when we're done talking about Iron Man, and I'll try and fit it in the show notes if anyone ever looks at those.
We have show notes?
Yes. So I'm going to try and make it easy for people. I might even cut something out, or cut something for the beginning that will be like, this is the times when we spoil stuff. So anyway, I think that Iron Man 3 was a great movie, first of all, but it suffered from a lot of things that the second movie suffered from, and also that Star Trek Into Darkness suffered from also, in that a lot of the plot points were just really dumb, and there's a lot of plot holes that just
like which one?
Stuff that didn't make any sense.
All right, what plot holes?
And they just kind of skipped over stuff that
What
was
did they
like,
skip over in Iron Man?
well, I mean, the whole thing, there was just a lot of stuff. Like, at any time, he could have called an army full of suits to come and help him out at any time. So, like, why did he have to spend... He spent, like, 3
He couldn't really. I mean,
he could have, though. He spent, like, 3/4 of the movie. No. No. He got a message to Pepper through the helmet. Why couldn't he get a message out to the suits? Right? It's the same thing.
Oh, you mean... I thought you meant, like...
No, at the end of the movie, he called...
Maybe the suits were sleeping.
Iron Man suits.
The suits were sleeping until the end of the movie when it was... So that's a plot.
It's a superhero movie.
I don't think he felt
Those guys
it was
think you have to suspend disbelief.
No, but
necessary.
But the original...
At the like, what points were there really, like, shit, like stuff like that, like, really necessary? I mean, besides the air rescue. When?
In the town, like, twice. And like, why does he have this little kid help him? That was kind of cool. It was good in the end.
Why was it so Christmassy and they released it in May?
Because they wanted to do a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know.
Even the little kid, like the little kid theme, that's a Christmas theme. You put little kids in movies during Christmas time.
I don't know. That didn't really.
I don't know. The little kid stuff was pretty good. Like his interactions.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was funny. It was funny, but that was kind of really random and just. I don't know. Is he like a character in the comic books at all?
No, that was just like a movie thing. I mean, he might have teamed up with like a little kid at some point, but like, specifically that was.
They kept referring to him as the mechanic. It seems like a comic book term.
Well, a lot of times they. Include these characters that are actually in the comics. I'm going to look that up. So that wasn't the only plot stuff. And then, like, at the end, when she gets infected... First of all, why doesn't Tony go for her first? Why does he go to save the president first?
He didn't save the president.
Huh?
Wait, when did he go to save the president?
He didn't go to save the president.
No, he didn't.
He did. They
War
literally...
Machine did.
No, War Machine did.
But it was him doing it. And they literally said that, like... We can either go save Pepper or save the president, and then they cut to the scene where the remote Iron Man suit is flying towards the president, and like I don't know why did.
Well, they went to that area. They went to the big warehouse and the docks and everything, and the president and Pepper were both there.
They ended up there, but only after he got into the Iron Man suit. This was before that.
Yeah, this was when they were on the boat doing the rescue scene in the air.
Right. So why did that all take place at all before he goes to try and rescue Pepper?
No, I don't know about that. That's their own fault.
So there's that, and then Pepper gets infected with the extremists.
Yeah.
And then that actually didn't matter. The only time that mattered was for the 5-second thing where she beats the crap out of that guy, which was really awesome. Though. It was really cool. That was really cool. But they didn't like. And then so it was like.
And then he was like, "I fixed her." It's good.
Yeah, which I knew was going to happen. So there wasn't really any tension in the scenes where they were showing her like in pain and stuff because she was going to be fine. You knew that. You knew that she was going to be fine. As long as Tony was going to be fine, she was going to be fine. And that kind of, I don't know. I know I'm kind of dissing the movie. I thought it was a really good movie, but
I'll tell you what was the best part of that movie though.
What?
Ben Kingsley.
Oh my god!
He was so good.
It was so ridiculous. He's like such a hardcore like. Has he won an Oscar?
Yeah, dude, he played Gandhi.
Yeah, he played Gandhi. And then so I'm watching the trailers and I'm like, okay, Ben Kingsley's gonna be this fucking awesome version of Mandarin. He's like the big Iron Man villain. And then so they get to the scene where they do the reveal that it's obviously not him.
And
And I
It's
was
an
like,
actor.
yeah, but I was like, wait a minute, is this someone who's subbing for? Is this a Ben Kingsley lookalike?
That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Exactly.
I didn't want to believe it. I'm like, are
It
there
looked like
more than one? This is a whole conspiracy.
it looked like Mike Myers being the guru guy, right?
The
Did you
Love
think that?
Guru.
Yeah, it didn't look
I
like that.
saw that movie.
I was like, is
Why are
Ben
you watching
Kingsley
The Love
some?
Guru?
No, from the
No.
trailers, from the trailers.
He was in the Love Guru. Ben
I'm
Kingsley,
questioning
wasn't
your
he?
movie choices now,
Was he?
Alex.
No, but
I
I'm
think he
saying,
actually was.
I was like,
No,
is this?
no, he
is
was
this,
in The Dictator. Why did
is-
I mix that up?
okay. I was like, is he doing Mike Myers now? What? But then I can't believe that. It was like mind-boggling how.
I like, when I first saw it, I got kind of pissed. I was like, really? You're gonna do that to the Mandarin? Like, the biggest Iron Man villain? But then I got over it, because I was
Yeah.
like, whatever, they pulled it off pretty well, because I'm
Exactly.
still with it. And then
Yeah.
at the end, they had the whole thing where Guy Pearce took off his shirt, and he had,
And
like, the
the
dragon
tattoos,
tattoos,
yeah.
and he was like, oh, I'm the real Mandarin. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, so at least he's not, like, a completely made-up.
Right. And they had been trying to fit Mandarin in for like the whole series.
Yeah, the Ten
So
Rings. I would have
yeah.
loved to see something with the Ten Rings, like, action,
Yeah.
though. But that would have been kind of unrealistic.
Well, that's the other like this
Would have been
this
kind of
was
crazy.
this was a new director, and even though
Same.
John Favreau was exec producing,
I was happy he was in it again.
yeah, and it's funny how like he got the crap beat out of him, and like I was like, did they do that on purpose? But the movie was very, very different from the other two in style and
Yeah, but I liked it.
everything. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a lot darker, I thought, and there was like a lot more to it. At the same time that there was a lot of plot holes, there was also like a lot
It really
more
went
depth.
into Tony Stark,
Mhm.
like himself,
Mhm.
like this one. It was more about him than Iron Man.
Yeah. That's true actually, and that kind of shines a light a little bit on because like for like 3/4 of the movie, he was this like weak, pathetic guy, and I'm
Yeah,
like, this is
but then you
really
see him like
boring.
just build something in like Home Depot, and then
Yeah,
like
but that
just
see
go
that
with all them, and that was pretty cool.
it was kind of cool. It wasn't as cool as in the first movie when he's like in the desert and
Well, obviously, that's
like,
why he builds a giant suit.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like Jon Favreau's version of Iron Man is just better. I don't know. It's more.
Guys, I'm watching Sesame Street on Aereo right now.
You have Aereo? Oh, the 1 free hour.
Yeah, careful. You only get 1 free hour a day. Careful.
It's pretty impressive. It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. The quality's great.
Yeah, it's
HD
actually.
quality.
Yeah.
And if you upgrade your account, they give you DVR capability so you can record stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Unlimited. Yeah.
Sorry.
No. It's, no. Were we gonna say anything? Oh, so the ending. What did you guys think of the ending?
I thought that
The
the
front
ending
scene or like the
fights.
very end?
Yeah,
The very
that's
ending.
okay. Well,
Because
just quick about the fight scene.
yeah,
It should have kept up. The best part of that fight scene was when Tony Stark was getting ejected from the suits and then going into a new one.
Yeah.
And like
that
trying
was
out. They
awesome.
should have kept that up longer because I wanted him to go into like mad suits.
it was kind of the same after like the first two. It was like the same thing because there wasn't enough time.
Like if he
to
got into
see-
the Igor suit, like that would have been awesome.
yeah, that would
The Hulkbuster, that's what it
Yeah.
actually is.
yeah. But so the ending though, definitely, I really think they're not doing another one. I know he's going to be in the Avengers 2,
Yeah.
and I don't think he's going to be Iron Man in the Avengers 2. I think he's going to be Tony Stark because if you pay attention to the very end, it says
So Tony
Stark will return.
Oh,
So,
true.
I don't. Hey,
I don't know. Josh Whedon just said. I don't know. I
Did
think
he say
he
in
is
the
gonna
audio,
be-
"I am Iron Man" or something at the very
Yeah.
end of it?
He
Still,
said no matter what it is, I am Iron Man.
But
he still
something like
says maybe he means like metaphorically, I'm still Iron Man.
right.
that.
You can't be Iron Man if you take the thing out of your chest. And
I don't know, dude. He's Tony Stark. He created a whole new element. I think he can figure out how to make
Nah,
that suit
but
work without that.
I think that they were definitely saying to the audience that like we're not doing another one.
I don't think they're gonna do another solo Iron Man movie, but I
No.
think he's gonna fly again in Avengers 2.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, so
'Cause,
speaking
Josh
of
Whedon.
Solo,
Josh Whedon said he said in an interview, he was like, people were thinking that this is the end, but what happens when the Avengers has a global crisis and needs Iron Man? Tony Stark's
Yeah.
gonna put the suit on again, and the one thing that wasn't resolved. I mean, he still had the PTSD from the Avengers, but he was so wrapped around that he couldn't piece it all together. So if these stories keep happening where everyone comes back, he needs some kind of resolution.
Yeah,
So he would return to that.
I think so. I guess they have to set it up in
Yeah,
in.
How about the scene after the credits?
Okay,
that was a
so
good scene.
big spoilers. That was amazing, and
You
they
thought that was
always do
amazing?
this. Oh my God! First of all, Mark Ruffalo's the Hulk, Bruce Banner totally made Avengers for me. It was so well done and just perfect that like, because like you saw for the whole movie him kind of like twitching and like twittering, and his voice, the way he said stuff was kind of weird. It was not exactly right, and then it all leads up to that one moment where he's like, "I'm always angry," and then turns into the Hulk, and then you're like, "Oh, I get why he was doing all those things during the movie. He's not
Okay,
just a
that's
straight guy."
Avengers though.
But okay, so I'm saying I was really excited to see Mark Ruffalo and like I don't know. And then so did you understand that the whole movie was Tony Stark telling Mark Ruffalo's story or telling Bruce
Yeah,
Banner's story?
but who
Yeah.
cares about a narrated story? All right,
I
let me
liked
tell you
it.
what I thought about the ending.
Okay.
What a waste of time.
No,
I
I
sat
thought
through all those credits. Every other after credit scene in all the other movies had something to do with the overarching plot.
yeah, that's
Here, I
true.
sat here.
Except for
It was,
Avengers. The
no,
Avengers.
no, this was
They
a
had
waste
the
of my time.
shawarma.
This
Avengers
was a
was just
waste of
No,
my
no,
silent.
time.
this was
Shawarma.
definitely a Joss Whedon thing where he's like, it's a comedic, uh,
Joss Whedon.
and
Okay.
I think it could be though. To your point, Bill, I think it could be a hint that they're going to do a Hulk movie. I know we haven't
They
heard anything
said
about
Phase
it.
3.
Oh, they did.
Well, there better be. He's a
Yeah.
great character, but
Yeah.
this
Phase
is
3 is supposed to be Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, the Hulk, and something
Oh,
else.
Doctor Strange. I didn't hear about that.
That's like it hasn't been officially announced, but everyone's saying Doctor
Yeah,
Strange is going to be Phase 3.
that'd be a
Yeah.
tough movie to do.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
again, so would Ant Man.
But Ant-Man, I'm excited for. Edgar Wright.
Well, is it supposed to be like a comedy though, or is it an actual?
It's going to be an action, but I'm sure it's going to have plenty of humor if it's Edgar Wright.
ready for this quote I just found? Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige said, "I believe there will be a fourth Iron Man film, and a fifth, and a sixth, and a 10th, and a 20th.
Yeah, but it won't
Oh,
have.
we're not.
I
It's
see no
not
reason
Robert
why
Downey
Tony
Jr.
Stark can't be as evergreen as James Bond or Batman for that matter, or
Exactly, but
Spider-Man.
it won't have
Robert
Robert.
Downey Jr.
Yeah.
They're gonna make. They can't make another one so soon without him, though. That would be lame.
Yeah. And he said he would only do Avengers 2
Only
if
Superman
they,
does that
if
kind of
they,
shit.
if they
Wait,
ca-
what?
if they said he would only do Avengers 2 if the other actors got a fair amount of money
Yeah.
because he got so much
Um,
more than all of them
It's
in
because
the
of the deal he
Avengers.
signed, right?
Something like that, yeah.
He signed a
His
deal that
con-
was percentage based rather than just a flat payment,
Mm,
and it did. And the movie did a lot better than everyone was expecting. I guess.
Mhm.
yeah.
I guess he just has a really good agent.
No, the original. He is the reason. Him solely. Him and well, John Favreau are the reason why all these movies happen. I don't know if we talked about it on the last podcast, but when they were filming Iron Man, they like didn't have a script ready, and um, he was really good at improvising lines, and that's what carried the movie.
Yeah.
Seriously. So,
I don't know, I'm not impressed by the Thor trailer.
I liked the Thor trailer. I really liked it, and I was. Some people didn't. A
No.
lot of people shared that sentiment. They didn't like it. I didn't. Why didn't you like it?
Because I know it's about the Dark Elves just because I follow it, but besides that, I have no idea what it's about. Like,
The Dark Elves.
that's what the plot is. It's going to be the Dark Elves. Christopher Nicholson, who was the
Okay.
ninth Doctor in Doctor Who, is playing the villain, and then Adewale from Lost, Mr. Echo, he's in it too.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Mr. Echo.
Yeah, he's gonna be the villain Curse, who's like this big hulky thingy.
So there's gonna
But
be
like
two awesome black guys.
who's the first?
The guy, the gatekeeper guy. What? Oh god.
Oh yeah.
What's his
Idris
name?
Elba.
No, but
Heimlock.
what's his name? Heimlock.
Something like that. Yeah.
Heimlock. Heim something. Oh god, I love
Heimlich
that guy.
maneuver.
He's my favorite character in the movies.
Thor.
And
You know, my least favorite was. I mean, I love Natalie Portman, but Jane was a bad character. for
everyone's
Thor.
hating on her so much.
No,
This
I'm not
happens-
hating on her. I'm hating on Jane because it wasn't a good role. There was
I
nothing to it.
guess. I think it's going to be better. I think a lot of stuff that was bad in Thor is going to be better in Thor 2. I think it's going to be like more of a movie. But that's the thing. Like
More
Thor.
of a movie.
Yeah.
More of
Well,
a
that's
movie.
what people
That's how
complain
bad the
about.
first one was.
No, I love
The
Thor.
second one will be more of a movie.
The
Thor
other one was more of a something else.
no,
Nah.
I love Thor. Thor was my favorite of those. That first phase. But people gave it a lot of crap because it was only an hour long and they didn't have a lot of time to like build out Thor's like emotional change.
Yeah, it wasn't long enough, I guess.
Yeah.
It was only like an hour and something, like 90 minutes.
It was like an hour. Yeah.
Not
The
an hour.
An hour. It was more than an
It
hour.
was 120 minutes. So
Dude, it's 2 hours.
it's like that was
It was only an hour
credits.
long.
That's with credits. I thought it was shorter than that.
What'd you think of Captain America?
I loved Captain America. I loved all the movies.
I think Captain was my least favorite.
I don't get why you say that. Anyway,
I don't know.
we should talk about this at
I
different
think
time.
Thor was my least favorite.
A lot of people say that. A lot of
like
people say that Captain America
I
was
liked
better.
Incredible Hulk.
Captain America was better.
Captain America, Incredible Hulk was pretty.
I'm
fun.
sorry, Edward Norton was bad.
No, he
He
wasn't.
was bad.
That was a good
Yeah, he
movie.
just
It was
he just
bad,
had his
man.
own vision of Bruce Banner.
It was bad. Edward Norton's done that to a lot of movies recently, and
What else? Born
Um,
Legacy. I didn't see that though.
I didn't see that either.
I saw it.
I thought that
It wasn't Edward Norton's fault. It was just.
Everyone else's.
Yeah.
I like Jeremy Renner too.
It was just. I
Jeremy
don't know. They should have just left the Bourne movies alone.
Yeah, they can't. They're worth too much money.
You see Moonrise Kingdom? That had Ed Norton. That was a good movie.
I didn't, but I
I
have
see.
the DVD in my apartment. I'm gonna watch it very soon.
Edward Norton was in Modern Family.
I guess for like an episode or something.
Yeah.
Oh, he was also in the new Lonely Island video.
He was.
Yeah.
What else did he ruin, Alex? What did he ruin?
American
I'm
History X. Are you gonna say that?
I'm totally
He
not.
made that movie.
Worst movie ever.
I'm totally not. I don't know. I just don't like Edward Norton.
What?
Get off my back.
Edward Norton's awesome.
Yeah, he's all right.
What's
He
the
was
big movie? Fight Club.
He was
There
good
you
in
go.
Fight Club. He was good in Fight Club. I think he's good. I think he's just kind of gotten. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of
You
movies
don't
with him
know.
lately, so
You should just stop. You don't know.
he was bad. in Incredible Hulk. Anyway, Star Trek. We're gonna talk about Star Trek.
Real fast.
Trek.
Wait, while we were on Marvel, real fast.
Okay.
You know about the whole Quicksilver situation, right?
No,
Okay, you know who Quicksilver is in the comics?
he's Fantastic Four villain.
No. he's
That's what I was thinking.
he's Magneto's son.
What?
And he's also Scarlet Witch's sister, who's also Magneto's son. He can run really fast. Now, Josh Whedon said that he's putting Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the Avengers 2, which is
No.
weird because they're mutants.
They can't do
And-
that.
But that's what Josh Whedon said. So, and then like a week later, Bryan Singer, who's directing X-Men First Class 2, Days of Future Past, just said that this kid Evan Peters got cast as Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past. So now Quicksilver is going to be in Avengers 2 and X-Men Days of Future Past, but they're owned by different companies.
Yeah.
So
They
they don't
must
know
have
if it's
worked
going to be a
out.
crossover or different
then-
actors.
Han Solo.
Han
is going
Solo.
to join.
And the Fantastic Four. And there's that.
No, they must have worked out a deal or something. I mean, these are characters that only like super comic geeks like us are gonna know about, you know. But then again, most people didn't know about Iron Man. I didn't know really very much about Iron Man when the movie came out.
Iron Man's pretty big, dude.
Was he?
Yeah. Iron Man?
What
I'd
about
say
Bill?
so.
Bill, did you know like?
Yeah, I knew about Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm.
So,
totally-
yeah. So hopefully this could be a crossover event for Avengers 2
yeah,
and X-Men, which is also linked to Fantastic Four.
That would be cool.
But
that would be really great. You got to keep me more up on this
Yeah.
news because
that's been the big thing this week.
I was falling behind. Where do you get this stuff from?
I check like 10 different movie sites every day
Yeah,
because that's what I do.
Okay, I gotta get more into that. Gotta get them on my RSS feed.
Yeah.
Very
But
good.
Star Trek, yeah. Let's go to that.
Star Trek into future into
Whoa.
future past.
Into future.
Star Trek into
into
future.
into
future.
darkness. What did you guys think?
I really enjoyed it. Great movie. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yep. I really
give it
enjoyed the
2
first
thumbs
movie,
up
and I
as
really
well.
enjoyed the second movie.
David.
And yep, it's exactly what a sequel should be. It didn't try to go any bigger than the first Star Trek. It was contained. Spoilers. It was just really in the same spot for majority of the film.
Mhm.
and it just dove more into the characters instead of trying to make bigger action scenes, which I thought was awesome.
So again, I mean, I really liked it. I did. I didn't think it was as good as the first one. There was a lot of plot points that were just
All right.
like,
All right, let's hear him.
Let's go.
Okay, the
Is
biggest
this a new
one,
thing?
the
Alex
biggest,
lists off the
Alex's plot holes.
the biggest. Normally, I'm not like this. Normally, it doesn't bother me so much. Like if a movie.
But you didn't see the plot holes in The Dark Knight Rises.
I see normally if a movie's really good, I'll ignore them. But okay,
What about
okay.
Prometheus? Did
No,
you
no,
see the
I
one-
didn't see. I didn't see Prometheus. I didn't see Prometheus, and
See
so that's
Prometheus and come back to me with
Yeah.
the biggest list of plot holes.
that's the thing
Yep.
that we can
I
talk
like
about.
Prometheus though. I'm just gonna say that.
I really enjoyed it too.
You know that Damon Lindelof, who was one of the basically, I don't know if he was a showrunner on Lost, but
Yeah, he
was-
wrote a lot of it.
yeah, and he's like a big buddy with
He's-
J.J. Abrams.
He knows how to write some plot holes though.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of really good interviews. There's actually a really good one with Josh Topolsky from The Verge. He's the editor-in-chief of The Verge, which is a tech blog, and he literally asks Damon Lindelof, like, he literally says that, like, I really thought that the last season or the finale of Lost was bad, and why did you do these things? And it's really like hard hitting. But anyway, he didn't say that it was
Whatever.
or no, he acknowledged that like a lot of people were disappointed, but he was talking about, he said a lot of good things. Damon Lindelof said a lot of good things. He was talking about how like how it's more, it's not really, I don't know, you have to watch it. I don't really remember.
Put it on the link or something.
Yeah, I'll link back to it. So my biggest thing was, why did he put the body? And I loved the Khan reveal. That was really cool. And
we didn't know that though.
I didn't know about it. I
didn't know it either.
Yeah,
What, dude?
I
I
had
have no idea.
You're
I don't
the
know
first
anything
person-
about Star Trek.
Okay,
My
well,
knowledge of Star Trek is from the last movie. That's it.
Okay.
Well, I knew kind of who Khan was. Like when
I
he
knew
said-
there was a character named
Yeah,
Khan.
when he said my name. Well, I knew Khan was like this crazy guy, and I knew when he said Khan.
Yeah. The first Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, and he was in the TV show a little bit, but he was kind of like the same deal. And I liked at the ending that they switched it, because in Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan,
Right.
Spock dies,
Okay,
and then Kirk yells Khan.
Well,
And this
that
one-
was one of the big things
With
that
it.
people kept saying, that it was like a rehash of Wrath of Khan, except worse, and like it would have been better if they didn't make Khan the villain, which I kind of disagree with. I think Khan, that was really cool, and like
that was a great villain.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think, well, Bill, I think we can say that because we're not huge Star Trek fans, but
Well, you can't be like that though, because I mean, obviously, there's always going to be a different take. And why would they just remake the same movie again with the same exact things? Of course, they're going to change stuff to it.
yeah. Well, people are saying they didn't like change enough, and the things that they did change didn't make it better. So
I don't know. I liked Star Trek Into Darkness and I liked
please,
Star
with
Trek 2,
Trekkies.
Wrath of Khan. So I enjoyed both of them. Because originally they had casted Benicio del Toro as the villain
oh yeah.
in Star Trek Into Darkness. Yeah. So as soon as that happened, everybody was like, okay, so it's Khan, because he kind of looks like the other guy. But then they were like, but then he couldn't do it, so they cast Benedict Cumberbatch, and people were like, well, he looks mighty different. So maybe they changed
Cumberbatch.
it.
That
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Okay. Okay, so the biggest thing that bothered me, why did he put the bodies of his crew in torpedoes?
To smuggle them,
No.
Yeah,
he said,
But
right?
why in torpedoes?
because that's where he was working.
Why in torpedoes?
Where else is he going to put them?
That could get fired at I don't know, boxes of some kind,
He's
or
going to put them in a box.
some kind of other container that doesn't get fired out into an
Well, it's
explosion.
a cryo tube, so it's tubular in shape. And the torpedo is also tubular in shape.
He could have just kept
They
them in the
just put them in
cryotubes.
together.
He could have just kept them in the cryotubes and put them.
But
inside.
then,
But
what?
then
And then
you're
put
gonna
them in
see
a
the
box.
cryotube and be like, what the
there's
hell
no
is that?
there's no explaining him putting them in torpedoes that explode.
I don't remember enough.
I don't know. Yeah, I need to see it again. I feel like there was
There was
something.
literally no. There was.
I
There was
honestly
no
missed a couple.
That's where he was working. He was
There was-
working in that area.
That's
It was
BS.
the only way he could get him
No,
out.
that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
You're
There's no
bullshit.
there's no
Yeah.
explanation to like. He literally says, "I put them in the torpedoes." The last thing that people would expect, and it's like, okay, they're still in torpedoes that explode and kill people. I don't know. That really bothered me. It
I'm
just
gonna ask Google.
that bothered me. That bothered a lot of people. Like a lot of reviews mentioned how stupid, and it's like central to the plot. Um,
I don't know. I didn't. I mean, when I saw that, I was kind of like, "Oh, there's bodies in the torpedoes," but then I was kind of like, "All right, whatever. What's going on with the rest of the movie?"
yeah, I don't know. That
It
that
didn't
made
like. It
me.
wasn't something that I hated so much that it just carried
It
on
just
with me
it
the
just
rest of the
it
movie.
just made me stop. I get that. I get that. Like it just made me stop and be like, why? Why are they? There was a lot of good parts. I mean, the movie was definitely really good. It was really interesting how there was like a lot of like 9/11, 9/11. This is 9/11, 9/11.
What?
The whole thing in the beginning with the bomb explosion, and then at the end where the ship is crashing into the buildings. That was all like 9/11 allegory.
Alex, go home.
It was 9/11 allegory. Everybody knows that. That's. Are you
Just
serious?
because now anytime,
No, no.
anything hits a building,
Are you
it's
serious?
9/11.
100%. The bombs in the beginning of the movie. That was 9/11.
You realize
They
how
said
many
it.
other buildings have been bombed throughout
No,
the
no.
course of human history?
J.J. Abrams said that, and so did Damon Lindelof.
That's retarded.
It's
It's so
supposed.
stupid.
It's supposed to. That's what they do. That's.
Well, what
You didn't
about?
realize that?
I know a lot of
I
people.
don't associate
a lot
every
of,
single building getting hit with
But
9/11.
it was a terrorist attack in like where
Everything's a terrorist attack these
Oh,
days.
God.
I know a lot of
Terrorist
people
is
are
just
kind
another
of
word.
finicky when Iron Man 3 came out with the whole bombing thing because that was right after Boston.
Yeah. What bombing thing?
What the whole thing with Iron Man 3 and the bombings everywhere.
What?
They were bombing
Mandarin?
the Mandarin.
All of this TV
the
broadcast.
indigenous
Well,
people were
Strange
voting.
places.
That was
Yeah.
similar too. That was similar.
But that was something that because it like had just happened like a couple weeks before.
Yeah.
Like, 9/11, like I don't know. I didn't really think of it. I was just kind of like, oh.
Oh no, it was
Stuff's
definitely
blowing up.
definitely.
They also said, I forgot who it was, but somebody who wrote it, I think, apologized for the unnecessary scene of Alice Eve in her underwear.
That was Damon Lindelof.
That was Damon, right?
Yeah. There's like a series of tweets where he's like, "I'm sorry for the gratuitous nudity," and then he was like, Kirk was also naked in that scene or in his underwear or whatever. That didn't really bother me. It was really obvious.
I mean, I was cool with watching it because Alice Eve is very attractive.
Yeah.
But that scene didn't make any sense.
No.
And they used that like image as like the thumbnail for the trailer on YouTube, and like it was just a heavily blown up image on the internet. So it's just kind of like
it's a summer action movie. Like they do that all the time, and there's so many movies that are way worse with that. So it didn't really bother me.
It was just like the only scene like that in the whole movie, though. Kind of
it was kind of like flashing red light. Hard to miss.
But I mean, I was cool watching it, just in a film speaking point of view.
Bill looks like he's ready and primed to say something.
No, I pulled up an interview about the question about why would he put them in torpedoes. There's no real answer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like I guess it's, I don't know. It doesn't even like, it could have been totally cut out of the movie. His whole crew could have totally been cut out of the movie, and it would have still made sense and flowed. And I don't know. I mean, it's not solely Damon Lindelof that writes the movie. Like
it was like 3 of them, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that there's a staff of writers, that. Oh, the other thing I was going to say before, when you mentioned Edgar Wright, he actually shot a scene.
Yeah, do you know what scene it was?
No, I don't know, and I haven't been able to find out which one.
Yeah, because I heard about that too.
Yeah,
and I was surprised, but I don't know what it was.
There's like a picture of him
with the thing with the foam.
Yeah,
thingy. I forget what it's called.
You should know. You're.
I know what it is. I don't know.
Aren't you a film minor or something?
No, I'm an anthropology minor.
By the way, Bill, you should have seen David.
He didn't direct a scene. He directed a shot.
Yeah. No, it was a scene.
No,
I'm looking at his Twitter right now. There are 2,120 shots in Star Trek Into Darkness. I directed one of them. A shot is like 2 seconds long.
No,
Who cares
no.
if you direct it?
A shot is like when they move from one camera to the other camera. The shot is everything in the one camera before they
Yeah,
move
it's
to the
not
other
going to be
camera.
that long though.
Whatever.
Who cares which one he directed? You can put it
I
on
don't
a
know.
tripod and say
You
he
get what
directed
I'm
it.
saying. You
I
get
like
what I'm
Edgar Wright. I would like to know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this was Edgar Wright right there.
I was gonna say though, Bill, you should have seen David. He was wonderful in his play.
Oh, thank you.
Did you help write that play? Or
No,
was
but I mean, I live with the writers, so
yeah?
I
I,
had like I don't know, I didn't really have much input, but
no,
they bounced off ideas off of us.
it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
What play
Yeah,
was this?
it was a play that they made themselves.
Oh,
They
okay.
wrote and directed it. It was more of an experimental workshop piece of
How did
theater.
it turn out? Like, was it really successful?
I mean, we got people to go to both showings, which was awesome.
That's good.
So,
That's great.
yeah, so we had people there, and it went really well. People liked it. Some people, my one friend, you know, Bemilton.
Yeah, yeah.
His status after it was just like my body was not ready.
It was Bill. It was an experimental theater piece.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So there was some loud noises, some
Oh, boy.
some what should I say, controversial topics.
Yeah. Our friend Matt Kaufman, who's seen like 3 plays in his life,
And 2 of
came-
them are hair and hairspray.
yeah, and like he's never
Those are the 2
seen
plays that he's
experimental theater before, and he was just like, I don't think he was ready.
I probably wouldn't have been ready for that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some touchy subjects in there, touchy subject matter.
It was good. It was good.
But I played someone with muscular dystrophy. So
yeah, you were really good. It was good.
Yeah, that was cool to do the
Just,
character work for that.
We're just circle jerking it up here.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so before we end, there's 1 or 2 more movies that we want to talk about. The first being The End of the World, which is
The World's End.
No, The World's End is the Simon Pegg one.
The other one is This Is the End.
Oh, you're right. God damn it! I thought I wrote it in right. So this is the end is what are their names?
With all the celebrities.
Yeah.
James Franco, Craig Robinson, Seth Rogen,
That whole group of guys.
Yeah.
And then everyone else.
Yeah, Aziz
Like
Ansari's in it,
Rihanna and
Michael
Aziz
Cera.
Ansari.
And Emma Watson's going to be in it.
Yeah, Emma Watson. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more cameos in the film itself.
Well, no, they have. I mean, unless they're unaccredited, they have it on IMDb now.
Yeah. There might be a couple like special ones.
Emma Watson, Beauty and the Beast too.
Well, that's a
No,
rumor.
she left.
She left.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Was it confirmed that she was actually doing it? Because I heard rumors, but I didn't think it was actually
She
true.
confirmed it back in March, apparently.
She did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she left it, and I think, yeah, she left.
Well, anyway, back to This Is the End. Sorry.
So, I mean, it's just hilarious that they're like doing this movie that's just them being themselves, and
I'm pumped.
Yeah,
I
same.
think it's gonna be good.
It looks. I've laughed at all the trailers. So
See, the thing I saw the Red Band trailer, and they just they gave away so much that like now I'm kind of bummed. Like
I'm not,
apparently,
because it's not about the plot, dude.
no,
This
but like,
movie is not going to be about the plot at all.
but most of the most of the famous people die in like the first 10 minutes, and then it's just like 5 of them. So
no, there's gonna be more people. I think.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so, unless they change the movie.
Doesn't Emma Watson show up later on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does.
So.
But I don't know. Like it could be like Year One, where they had like. Did you guys watch Year One?
I think
wait.
so, but I don't remember it.
No.
Actually, no. Apparently, they just said that Emma's still in for Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. We'll have to see. So she might still be in it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I saw
Anyway,
Year One,
yeah.
but whatever.
Oh, God, Year One.
See, people didn't like it. I liked Year One because it's the.
What is wrong with your movie taste?
No. It's a similar. It's a similar premise where it's like it's a shitty movie, but it's just a bunch of really famous comedians that they just put in the movie, even though it's really bad. So I'm thinking that's what This Is the End is going to be like.
Yeah, but the trailer for Year One wasn't really that funny either.
No.
Like, I was excited for it just because of the people, and I was like, maybe it'll turn out being funny because there's so many cool people. But the trailer wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And then This Is the End has made me laugh, and they're just And they've been wanting to make it for a while because that
Yeah.
started off of a short video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
really?
they've been working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've
I'm
got
pumped for it. Oh, it's
yeah,
great.
same.
I think
No,
it's going to
no.
be hilarious, and I really don't care what the plot is, and I don't care even if everyone died off in the
Yeah.
beginning except for those five. I would watch it.
Yeah,
Because they still look funny on their own.
I love Step Brothers and all those movies, and
Yeah.
like what was the
Oh,
other?
Danny McBride. That's the other one. He's my favorite.
He was really funny at the end of Pineapple Express.
Pineapple
He's
Express.
like,
Yeah, that's what I was
I've
thinking.
been shot 8 times. They're sitting in the Denny's.
It's so
It's like-
good.
That's pretty funny.
And then the other one was the World's End.
Right. So they do this a lot of times. There was actually a Reddit post a while ago that like showed back-to-back images of movies that
Oh,
were
movies
like
that come out at the same time with the same
Yeah.
theme.
I don't get why they do this. But then again, if you watch the trailer for
Business.
huh? Yeah, I
Business.
guess. Yeah.
They do it for money.
But if you watch the trailer for the World's End, it's actually not the same as.
Yeah, did you
Oh,
see
yeah,
the
it's really
international trailer or the first British trailer?
I don't know. I
Did
think
it
was-
have robots in it?
It had like aliens.
All right, you gotta watch the internet.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
It's only a
the-
trailer.
Yeah, the new trailer's got like robot things in it.
Oh, really?
So you should.
Because
check
that
out
trailer I
one.
watched was really bad, and it looked exactly like Hot Fuzz, except now the thing that made Hot Fuzz good was the whole like first half of the movie. You were like, "This is bad," and then it reveals it in the end, and it gets really funny, and then you're like, "Oh, this
Dude,
is
I thought
really
Hot Fuzz was funny the whole time through.
good."
I love all those movies.
For me,
Hot Fuzz and
it
Shaun of the
wasn't.
Dead.
It wasn't not really funny. It was just kind of boring in the beginning, but then
I thought it was witty.
What was that
Yeah.
alien movie they did that with the one alien? They go on a road trip or something.
that was
Oh,
okay.
That wasn't Edgar Wright though.
No,
That wasn't
Oh,
the
okay.
director. That was
That
just the
explains
two
it.
actors. Yeah,
that was okay. It was, eh.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that one.
I
Who was
saw
the
it.
guy
It
who
was-
played the alien? Was that
Just-
Seth Rogen.
right? That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but you should watch the new trailer. I
Yeah.
think it looks better.
Okay.
Because
I'll
I was kind of iffy with the first one, but the new one looks good. And I'm just happy that they're closing the trilogy finally. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
been a while.
Yeah. Well, wait. So there was okay.
Trilogy?
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead,
Hot
Hot
Fuzz.
Fuzz, and The World's End. It's called the Blood and Cornetto trilogy because
Didn't
they
even know that.
eat a cornetto ice cream in every movie,
Oh,
And-
okay.
and each one of them's always like a different flavor.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
yeah, and they're always supposed to be like really bloody.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
and they all have the fence scene where
Oh,
Simon
Uh,
Pegg does the fence jump,
yeah.
and they showed that
That's
in the
true.
trailer for the new one.
That's
so.
true. I think
Yes.
a lot of that comes from well, not the ice cream thing, but a lot of that comes from the TV series Spaced. If you haven't,
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of
seen
it.
it. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Like there's this scene in Shaun of the Dead when the parties you see them like two groups of people meet each other, Simon's Peg group and this other group of strangers, and they like hug each other. The girl was in Spaced.
Yeah,
It's like
she was also.
hey.
I think she was in Hot Fuzz too,
Was
a
she?
little bit. I think they're all in all the movies.
I don't know
in some
about that
sort,
girl. Yeah.
like even cameos.
Mhm.
She was in the trailer for The World's End, I think.
I gotta watch it over again. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, the new trailer.
Okay. So Superman trailer. Did you guys see that?
Oh yes, I did. I'm
Yeah.
so ready for that movie.
Yeah, it looks really
Dude,
good.
I'm the most
We talked about this last time too, right?
No, this is
the
a
new
one.
Superman trailer.
Just a new trailer.
Yeah.
But the whole trailer was like because the
It's
other ones were focusing mainly on like Clark coming to Earth, but this one was focusing on General Zod
Hmm.
and like the action and like what the villain is. And Michael Shannon's playing General Zod, and I'm really excited because Michael Shannon's pretty awesome.
Oh, did you guys see this? I'm gonna actually do a YouTube clip really quick.
Uh-oh.
This
This is getting exciting.
I posted this on Facebook, so you guys might have seen it already. But
I don't look at your Facebook. I've hidden you from my feed.
Freddie W. Do you guys watch Freddie W videos ever?
I
Nope.
don't even know who that is.
No, Freddie
Nope.
W. That was really loud. Was that really loud? Oh, you guys
No, you got muted automatically.
Yeah, that's what happened for me. You're muted.
didn't like totally destroy everyone who's listening.
No, I think
Well,
it
not
ought to
either.
be for everyone.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this if you guys want to watch it. It's kind of silly.
I don't know what I'm watching.
You just click on. Oh, sorry. You just click on the YouTube thing on the left.
Oh.
Ah,
We actually did this in the last one.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
Balls of Steel. Ultimate Nut Shot.
So
What are we
Yeah, I
watching
saw
here?
this and I didn't watch it. Oh
so
god, that's loud.
Freddie
Yeah.
W does a lot of like special effects videos, and so he's supposed to be like a serial killer. So they're doing that whole Zack Snyder slow mo. So yeah, then he just kind of like flies through space into the sun. But it's just kind of silly, and like uh they do a lot of videos like this. You guys are still muted if you're watching the video.
Damn it,
Yeah,
Alex.
there you go. So yeah, we don't have to watch the whole thing, but
That
it's kind of silly.
was a pretty Ultimate Nut Shot.
Yeah, it's so funny how
I'd have to say.
they do really good special effects. And that whole Zack Snyder like slow mo thing. Uh, so yeah, that looks really good. Wolverine looks
I'm
okay.
excited for Wolverine. I'm excited for it.
I need to
I don't
watch
know how it's
Wolverine
gonna be, but I'm
first.
excited to see it.
Just to clarify, this Wolverine takes place after everything else, right?
Yeah,
This
it's
is a
yeah, it's
complete
after
sequel.
X3.
Which is
Okay.
stupid.
What?
But he's also going to be in the new
Days of Future Past.
yeah,
Everyone's
which
in it.
looks really good. Oh my god, that's gonna
Everybody's in it.
That's such a good idea. They're like, we have these two series, but we don't know what to do, and then they're like, well, let's
Combine
make
them.
Yeah,
You got
so-
everyone back. Ellen Page,
Yeah.
the Halle Berry.
hmm
Crazy.
Looks really good. Do we want to talk about anything else before we wrap up here?
I don't know.
I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
So, Bill.
I didn't drop once this time. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Bill was worried about his internet connection. Bill? Is there anything you want to do, like kind of a sign off for yourself?
No, I haven't worked on my website at all, and I still haven't fixed the DNS settings on it. So if you actually go to just billselecki.com without the www, it won't load.
Yeah, it's gone. Oh, you have to do www.
Yeah, Google emailed me. They're like, "Hey, bro, your website's half broken." I was like, "I'll fix this eventually."
Yeah.
But you can follow me on Twitter or anything at Bill Selecki.
You want to spell that?
Or you can go to my website, but I don't really care.
David?
I'm just working on music right now, so hopefully I'll have it recorded and released by the end of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
You can like my music page, facebook.com/official MURDOCK Murdoch. You check it out there, and I'll be posting news and videos and music once I get to recording. But I'm just writing right now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You can find this podcast at axschech.info/podcast. You can also find it at my YouTube channel, axschech. You can reach me on Twitter, axschech, Tumblr, axech.tumblr.com. I think that's.
I don't follow you on Tumblr. I should get around to that.
I don't really use Tumblr at all. I made one once and I kind of stopped using it. My website, axschech.info. But really, if you do listen, give us a shout out on Twitter. That'd be really awesome. So I know that
just link it around.
Yeah, and link it around. But give me a shout out on Twitter and let me know that you listen. Bring up topics that you want to for us to talk about in a future show. Hopefully, we'll be able to be a little bit more regular now that school is over for the three of us.
Yeah.
Bill got to graduate. Congrats, Bill.
Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you.
So maybe we can do this like every week or every 2 weeks. That'd be really great. And we'll see you guys soon. All right.
All right. Signing off.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.